and the Indians whose predecessors were from Asia and who, many believe, crossed the Bering Strait when it was still land. More often than not, it's the Indians who get the rough end of the stick. Guadalupe and her family are Indians. Her husband, Don Antonio, works a smallholding. This year, he can't afford to grow anything other than maize. Maize is the basis of tortillas, the staple diet of rural Mexico. With 10 mouths to feed, Guadalupe must make 80 a day. But she still has time to give cookery lessons.
Sí, puede hacerlo. Para que se enseñe, no nomás las mujeres podemos enseñar, ¿verdad?
Okay, well, water first. Agua más importante.
Sí,
Agua, and then... I think mine's a bit wet. Yours looks nice and dry, but... Oh dear, look at that. It's all serrated edges. Now, normal cookery programs, they cut away to one they made earlier. They don't relentlessly keep going. Jolly difficult, actually, isn't it? Well, I mean, 30 years to do this, you know. I'm supposed to do it in 30 seconds. Most of this, Guadalupe, is in my hand. Oh, we give that to a dog. Oh, dear. Despite my appalling performance, Guadalupe would not let us go without a pile of tortillas, nor Don Antonio without a sack full of corn cobs. From their village north of Mexico City, we head across the country to the Pacific coast and the American border, 1,000 miles away. Tijuana is always painted as the victim, a town of easy virtue. Its cultural heritage is all too often ignored.
The guidebooks are a bit disparaging about architecture in Tijuana, but they never mention this. The lady over there is actually a house. I mean, not your typical 2 up, 1 down, but that was actually designed by an architect and modelled on his wife. And then, before it was finished, he divorced his wife and is living there now with his second wife, who takes exception to living in the body of the first one. But I mean, I think it's wonderful that in Tijuana they were allowed to build that. A message there for Britain's planners. Barratt Homes, estates of naked ladies across Surrey. Get on with it, Britain. Take your example from Tijuana. Bye.
This is the US border, a 10-foot-high steel barrier made from landing strip sections from the Vietnam War. It's called the tortilla curtain. Those who cross illegally are known as pollos, chickens.
You have to pay about between 300 to 350 or to, all depend, dollars, you know, to pay to the coyote. So I tell you, it's many people has no one nickel, you know. So they have to do for themselves.
Do you know of anyone who's actually been over?
Yes, me.
Really? Yes. You've tried it yourself?
Yes, I did twice.
Really?
Tijuana is a magnet for the pollos. From here, it's no distance to Los Angeles. If you're determined to go, the tortilla curtain can look a very flimsy obstacle.
Do people swim out and round it, or is that too dangerous?
I think it's too dangerous because it's very, I mean, sometimes the sea is very brave, you know?
Yeah.
So, well, some people cross, but...
What does that mean here? Cuidate.
Cuídate, paisano. Take care, neighbor.
Take care, neighbor, meaning dangerous to go beyond this.
That's right, because just crossing the border, you know, they find many problems. Especially, yes.
Yeah. What's the view of the Mexicans of this, of a defense like this? That it shouldn't be
there? Very sad, you know, because don't forget that all this used to be Mexico.
Arturo Espinosa shows me the risks that Mexicans and others are prepared to take to climb out of poverty and into the land of opportunity. There's a never-ending stream of pollos waiting to take their chance.
Are these all people waiting to get over, all pollos?
Yes, they try to get some coyote, you know,
Yeah.
cross.
They may go on their own or pay guides known as polleros or coyotes.
It's really quite easy. When will these guys? When will these guys go? Do you think? Are they? Oh, they're going now.
Yeah, they go now. This is the way they cross.
Yeah.
See?
We just get. I mean, just. What's going to happen to them, though? I mean, surely the middle of the day, it's a bit risky.
Yeah, I think it's a big mistake, you know, but they do.
Is it just young guys, or do you get women, children going under as well?
Women and children and old people too.
Yeah.
Yes, everybody needs work. I mean, everybody needs money, you know.
I mean, I could get under there, I suppose, and go to America.
Sure.
I could.
You can go if you want. Maybe. Okay, so.
Look right, look left. Here I am. This is America.
It's America.
No passport, no papers.
Nothing.
No queues at
We are
immigration.
pollos already.
Yeah.
We are pollos.
So are they. Nigel, you got your passport?
Yes.
Oh, you cheated on me.
They look like chickens too.
So, vehicles patrol along here.
Yes,
So are we being observed at this moment? You think somebody's keeping
Sure.
an eye on us?
Of course.
Yeah.
We have observed it from there.
Yeah.
You see that point?
Yeah. So
More fellows.
I think we better leave the land of the free pretty quick,
Yes.
just in case.
Yes. Yeah, we better go.
Yeah.
Last year alone, over 500,000 people were arrested for crossing this 60-mile stretch of the tortilla curtain. But still they go. The young woman I saw at the fence goes ahead to scout the ground.
So there's a whole group going now.
Yes,
There
on
they
the
go.
group was. See?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people.
8 with the girls.
8 with the girl.
Yes.
Are they with the coyote?
I don't think so.
No.
They go for it themselves.
Yeah. They're obviously bent double there. They're crouching to avoid being seen.
These people has more experience.
A crowd gathers to will them on. But in broad daylight and only 100 yards from the airport terminal, the attempt looked suicidal.
They don't seem to wear any sort of, dark or camouflage clothing. Someone out there with a pink shirt, very obvious.
Poor people, they don't know about
Yeah.
it, you know. They are very simple people.
Just take what they've
Yeah,
got.
people from the country, you know. Look at,
There
see,
they go.
they get another direction. Oh, the helicopter is coming. Right there, see? Oh, the helicopter is coming. ¿Dónde viene la? Ahí viene por aquí.
Here comes the
It's
vehicle.
coming.
Yeah. They must know that they've made the break. They must have observed them. And
Yeah.
how many in each patrol? Is it just 2 guys in there, or
Yeah,
Yeah.
2 guys.
are they unarmed and?
They have guns and they
Yeah.
have everything, you know, so yeah, they go for them.
If you were in that group of 8 people out there now, what would you do?
Well, I run in different directions. Somebody can escape.
Yeah.
Look at the other van, see?
Oh yeah, here comes the other vehicle.
Yes,
Yeah.
coming in the other direction.
Yeah. Their corner, they look as though they've had it, really.
Yeah,
And the money they paid the coyote, that's
losing.
wasted.
Wasted.
How much do you reckon they pay?
Well, I think 250. I look at the other cars, see?
Oh, yeah.
There are 3 now.
3 cars now, yeah.
3 cars
Yeah.
now. So it's possible they escape.
The legal border between Tijuana and the USA is the busiest land crossing in the world. 30 million people pass over it in a year, and the salesmen are ready for them. The gauntlet of souvenir stalls, the row upon row of international junk, feels like an ominous warning of what is to come as I step from the third world into the first.
Welcome United States of America. You are about to apply for admission at the world's busiest border crossing. Please have your documents ready. The use of fraudulent documents is a federal offense. Aliens attempting to enter with fraudulent documents will be detained for a hearing before an immigration judge. Re-entry after exclusion or deportation will result in felony prosecution. Welcome to the United States of America. You are about to apply for admission at the world's busiest border crossing. Please have your documents ready. The use of fraudulent documents is a federal offense. Aliens attempting to enter with fraudulent documents will be detained for a hearing before an immigration judge. Re-entry after exclusion or...
Before I go very far into the United States, curiosity compels me to look at the border from the other side. I'm in the company of Ron Henley of the Immigration and Naturalization Service. Yesterday's enemy is my host today.
Last year, 523,000 arrests. Right now, we're up around a little over 400,000, so we're right on pace with that.
How many of these people have been over before? Do you have any sort of figures on that?
At a bare minimum, we're apprehending we have about a 40% recidivism rate.
What's your feeling about the people that you pick up? What do you feel towards them? That they're just legitimately trying, they're trying to get some work, or what?
It's a push-pull effect. They're pushed up here economically, and they're drawn up here economically.
Yeah, I mean,
I think that if I was in their shoes, I'd be doing the same thing.
The border at night. An expensive array of high-tech equipment has been made available to Ron and his men by a generous, if increasingly paranoid, U.S. Congress. Infrared cameras scan the fence.
So what are you seeing there?
Okay, right here we have a group on the south side of the international fence, waiting to cross the border there, and they're still in Mexico, and they're just moving around, seeing where there's a good opening for them to come through without being detected.
Yeah. How far away are they?
I would say anywhere from a quarter of a mile to a half mile away.
And they, of course, are in darkness. As far as they're concerned, they're walking around.
Yes, they are.
In the dark.
Yes.
And you can see them because of the sense of the scope, which gets the heat.
Of the body heat, yes.
Off their bodies.
Yes, exactly.
There's a lot of activity, isn't there?
Yes. And here
what's happening there?
Here we have a group of from 10 to 15, and they're on the north side of the fence, which is U.S.
Yeah.
And it looks a bit like they're arresting right now. They just wait and look for the movement of our vehicles and see when they disperse. And they wait for an opportunity to move north.
I mean, do you think those people are now about to move?
No, not yet.
No.
They'll wait around at a different hole and see how the area looks and see what the movement is. In a way, as you can see, there's a helicopter flying above, and they won't move for it either. I'll just stay there.
Unlike the Poyos, we're free to go north, into California, the richest state of the richest country in the world. For the 32 million people who live here, it's the ultimate realization of the American dream. The epicenter of the American dream is Los Angeles, one of the great cities of the Pacific. The only way to take it all in is from the air.
This is downtown Los Angeles. Yeah. Over on, just over here on the east side is the older section of Los Angeles.
My guide is Bob Turr, doyen of the LA skies.
New
help may be on the way for women with bladder control problems. The FDA is
Bob Turr makes a living by swooping from the air to snatch the news from his rivals. He was the first on the scene when O.J. Simpson was chased down the freeways.
Women with incontinence lose urine when coughing.
From an office in a corner of Santa Monica Airport, his wife Marika monitors emergency service frequencies and guides the helicopter to the scene of the next crisis.
The airport's right here.
This morning's first big story is an emergency landing on a freeway. Bob Turr goes in, broadcasting live.
Go ahead and shoot it, Bob.